Morning folks, it is Monday. It's a new week here. A nice sunny Monday. Morning, morning. You have a good weekend?
I was fine.
What did you get up to?
Pissing about Inverness, like.
Have a better answer for me. What did you get up to at the weekend, Dan?
Oh, no.
I need new staff. They don't get up to very much. Or they just don't tell me. You broke it. What have you done? Monday not going well.
It's a little bit later on in the day now. Left the guys and went to Kenesie High School. Basically, each group will get £10 and they need to turn it into a business, a service, a means to make profit. And they wanted a local business person or young business person to come and introduce it. So basically just trying to show some encouragement and give them some inspiration about what it can take when you start your own business.
Ready for the big reveal? Girls' office.
Girls' office? Okay, that's fine.
Got an office, like. And did you get a new car last night?
Yeah, I did get a new car. I did.
And why did you get a new car? Because you worked hard and you deserve it.
I worked hard and I deserved it.
That's all those extra Saturday shifts.
Actually, it is. You know, hard work.
Morning folks, it is Monday. It's a new week here, a nice sunny Monday. We're next to a busy road today. Starting a new job that I priced a while ago, but we were waiting for Craig, the dry stone waller, to come in and do a bit of walling, which he's done a grand job of. We're now coming in to refresh the driveway. Morning, morning.
Alright.
How are you today, Joe?
I'm alright, how's yourself?
Not bad. Did you have a good weekend?
I was fine.
What did you get up to?
Pissing about Inverness, like.
Have a better answer for me. What did you get up to at the weekend, Dan?
Oh, no.
I need new staff. They don't get up to very much, or they just don't tell me. So this is a job at hand. Craig's done a great little job with the stone wall that was there already. Looks a hell of a lot better. So yeah, we're just coming in to replace the tired driveway and give it a fresh up. So we'll start scraping this stuff back. So, just had a phone call from Mole. Mole is out pressure washing just now. The washer is there. The gun is there as well. Cool. So he's out pressure washing again. Unfortunately, something's wrong with the turbo nozzle. And if you've done pressure washing before, with like a big commercial pressure washer, you'll know how good the turbo nozzle is. And he's put one of the smaller nozzles on, like the flat nozzles. Yeah, it's gonna take a long time to do it. So I'm going to go and have a look and see if there's something that can be fixed. I've got the small Husky pressure washer here as well that has a turbo nozzle. It's nowhere near as powerful as this big petrol thing, but maybe it'll help. So I've left Damien to it. I've showed him the crack and he is going to have a wee play about in the digger. Again, I've touched on the importance of allowing staff to progress and have time in the machines and stuff, but with a job like that you need to get the levels right, and it needs to be, there's a time and a place, I guess, to practice. But he knows the crack, he knows the score. I basically just told him to have a sort of lighter touch in the digger, because I know from my own experience, if you take less is more. If you take too much, it's a bit of a nightmare. And especially when you're up in the digger, it's hard to see the heights when you're grading, I find anyway. You think you're doing a good job and you get out the digger and then it's a mess. So left them two scraping that at the moment, and we'll go and see what Mole is up to. You broke it. What have you done? Monday not going well.
Oh my God!
Okay. How you finding it? Aye? Digger Dam.
Aye.
Looks alright. So we're pretty much finished the initial sort of scrape out. Got a big pile in the middle ready to go away. All the edges pretty much down to the height it needs. Dam's just topping up the digger. Yeah. Good morning, folks. How are we today? It is a nice Wednesday morning. It is cold. However, it is, I think, going to be a good day. It's like 4 degrees when I got out this morning and it was like, are we in winter? Just in getting opened up for another busy day. The majority of the team will be grass cutting today. Craig is heading up to Conan Bridge to get the van serviced. It's the Maxis is getting its 3,000 mile oil change or whatever they do. It only takes about an hour to an hour and a half, so I've just told them to wait up there, get it done and then come back down. Myself and Damien will be going to the driveway we started on Monday. Gary from John Kirk's Groundworks kindly shifted all the material yesterday with his little Isuzu lorry. We'll go in later this morning and make a start on getting the tram down and the tedious job of running the chips in. However, this morning we have a delivery arriving. Now obviously I'm in the office just now, but Gillian, our wonderful office admin, when she comes in, this place is occupied and there's not enough room for 2 people to work, and to be honest I'd quite like my own space when I'm working or trying to focus. So I have bought an office container. It came up for sale in Inverness and it was a decent price in decent condition, so I was always going to be getting one. Wasn't planning on getting one this so soon, but it was a decent price, so it's coming down today. So yeah, it's going to be here from between 9 and 10, so we'll probably try and get set up for it, try and get some concrete blocks into the ground and levelled, just to get it onto a platform straight away. So yeah, exciting. It is just a general basic site office. It'll probably need some tarting up to make it look a little bit presentable, but yeah, making moves. The yard will start to progress soon. We've got the one shed that was left up, well, it's the big shed obviously, but the other shed here I want to turn into a bit of like a dry room slash locker room for the guys, just so they have their own individual locker, somewhere to store their boots, hopefully somewhere to dry up, dry their clothes. We'll get a heater on in there, and yeah, hopefully come the morning their clothes will be dry. So yeah, bit of work to do there, but that's what I'm aiming towards, because there's nothing worse than putting on wet clothes the next day. Anyway, I'm going to try and get some paperwork done before the guys come in, and we will see you in a bit. Just obviously bear in mind the quality again. Make sure you're thorough with your strimming. Take as much as you need to, but don't overdo it. Think about the sort of the corners and stuff where the mower can't get to. But everything's pretty self-explanatory. But just remember the quality. Anything ever fragile that you're strimming around, just slow the strimmer down and just go around it. Trees, try not to go hard up to trees. But again, just the quality, and make sure you can blow down everything as well. Just the hard stand. It's probably a bit damp today, so it'll be a bit sticky. A bit sticky. So just make sure. But at the end, someone's gone round 2 years going blowers or whatever, and just make sure all the hard standing surfaces are all clean. The actual distillery is never that bad. Well, that's a prime example of those little trees, okay?
Don't get near them, yeah.
If you strim around them a little bit, but don't go too hard up to them, okay? Because if you catch them, then it's going to be an issue.
He cut around things of cardboard to put around at the base of the trees, yeah, so you don't need to go right up.
Okay, cool, that's fine. Got everything you need, PPE, enthusiasm.
It's always with us.
You got your lunch. Well, have a good day, guys. Hi, Paul. How you getting on? This is the director's new office. You excited? Have you got your desk and that ready?
Got my gaming desk.
You get. There. He's your way. Just a tad. Down to that. Got an office like. Could do a bit of decorating, but no. It's alright. Don't know how this works. Aha! Got a wee whiteboard for planning. Socket, socket, sockets. Get back to work!
Fridge.
Yeah, cupboard. Fuse box on the roof. Aye, it feels like a bit like a fridge at the moment, but hopefully we'll do something with it to make it a little bit more homey. Gail, come to your office. Ready for the big reveal? Gail's office.
Gail's office? Okay, that's fine.
It's a bit of a shell, but it'll spruce up.
But it's good size.
Aye. Bit of space for all my couches and stuff like that.
Yeah. Something I'm losing the couch of mine.
No, you can keep that couch, I'll get another one. So, a bit delayed in getting loaded, and Jim was away from the quarry. It's about midday now, 1 minute past. We're just heading back out to the job. The guys should have everything pretty much ready to go. The first layer of Taram in, and yeah, it's just basically going to be the case of shuttling back and forth. I did ask about the lorry being available to go back and forth, because we can do it with this, but it is a little bit easier when there's a lorry there. It can take more and it's more nimble, gets in and out. We're right next to the road, so reversing in and off the road's not the greatest, but we'll manage. About 16 tonne of material came out of the driveway, so I'd imagine they'll be there or thereabouts the same to go back in. Although chip, because it's clean and it's not got any fines through it, seems to go further than when we dug out the compacted gravel. So yeah, we'll see what it does. My plan this year of trying to stop growing and make more profit hasn't really gone to plan, and it's halfway through the year, which I'm very mindful of. With the natural expansion of the yard, which I kind of had to embrace at the time, I could sit on the yard that is there and just not invest into it or move into it, but we're at a point now that the yard we're in does work, but it's too small, and the yard's there. I'm paying for the new yard, so I need to utilise it. But with that comes a lot of investment in making the yard, and that capital doesn't come from nowhere. So cash flow wise, it has been difficult, especially with the wages on Friday past. It was the highest it's ever been
It was just shy of £20,000. It was a 5-week month, bear in mind, and obviously Tommy and Mike had worked into that month, so that was a big blow to the bank account. And we were also due 20 to 25,000 in invoices that haven't come in, or aren't due to come in. So it's always a bit of an issue, that cash flow. It's not about like not having the money, it's just not having the money in your account. So trying to juggle all that and forecast cash flow and stuff, and what you can spend and how much you actually, like theoretically, if you had like 30 grand in the bank, it doesn't mean 30 grand is yours. There's suppliers to pay, and bills to pay and staff to pay. So the business side of things is what really keeps things ticking over. So one thing about running a business is a lot of people who go self-employed and start their own business aren't business savvy. They are really good at their trade or good at their job, but knowing how to run a business and how to run it effectively and efficiently and profitably, and yeah, all the ins and outs, is something that I am enjoying learning, certainly. There's a lot to learn, and when you actually feel like you're progressing and learning new things and not just stagnant, it is quite a nice feeling. But yeah, it's just one thing I want to highlight, because it's not fair on me to encourage everyone into business or show the good parts of business. Like, it's obviously came a long way, we're doing pretty well, I'd like to say, but it's not without its ups and downs, and it's certainly not easy. And in landscaping, there just isn't the profit margins that people think there are. Even with us charging, I'd say, a premium price, it's just probably on the higher end of the scale in my area, but it is the sort of going rate for the size of business and operation. There isn't much margin in it, because we need so much kit to carry out jobs. It's such a low barrier to entry to get into the industry. If you want to do something and make something with it and take it somewhere, it's just such a underestimated trade. Like, the money it costs, people say, why are you so expensive? Like, this is why it's expensive. Like, there's so much kit that is required to carry out jobs like this. But yeah, I've been on this rant before, I've said it all before, I'm not going to bore you with it. Let's go and lay some chip. What are we doing?
Working. We're doing a driveway. I'm not a YouTuber. I'm a raker.
So we're pretty much done with the driveway now. Damien has just given it a whack, Craig has given it a final rake, and yeah, we're going to get out of here. Now, with gravel, you would think the purpose of having the gravel is sort of low maintenance and having that textured look. Now, if this wasn't going to be driven on all the time, we would probably just rake it and leave it as it is. But when you're driving in, and the way this driveway is designed, or just laid out, cars are going to be coming in and returning, reversing, turning out, turning in. So it's very quickly going to get turned up, and there's going to be ruts and tyre marks. So we always kind of, as standard now, whack the driveways, whack it with the whacker plate for those who don't understand landscaping terms. And yeah, what that does is it just settles the chips, it beds them into the terrain, it limits the movement, and then over time, really, it will probably turn up and have that textured look. But there's no saying, if the client really wanted, that you couldn't just rake it out level again and whack it every once in a while, every 6 months or something like that. Really depends what you want, but because again, I do like the textured look, but I also hate it when I see ruts in the chips where tires have been turning and stuff. And because we use terrain, we have to put the chips in at a certain depth, about 50 to 60 millimeters. And really, if this was just going down on top of clean hardcore, you would only have a layer of say 30-40 mil max. Absolute maximum, because you're going to have that stone below it. But because the terrain's below it, we don't want to see the terrain. If the chips move, then we have to go in that little bit deeper. Can he get the balance? Yes, he can. So yeah, I just wanted to explain why we do it. I never used to do it, but when we ran over it with the whacker plate one time, and it made all the difference in, I guess, giving it that flatter look. It depends, again, on personal preference, what you prefer. But yeah, it just bedded it in, it evened out any blemishes. We rake it as best we can, and then run over it with a whacker plate and then let the customer do the rest. So, another simple but effective project done for another happy client. Again, I touched on in the previous video, we want to try and do the simpler services but really well. When you're trying to scale a business, anything that is remotely skilled or requires a sort of experience that takes years and years and years to establish, then it is harder to scale that and harder to find people in an already limited labour pool that we have in the country and in the world now for some reason. So if we can stick to the simple stuff, train up guys relatively quickly so that they can then just get out there and start generating revenue, rather than, you know, you spending 3 years or 4 years teaching someone how to, you know, properly lay patios and giving them experience and stuff. Yeah, that's where I kind of stand with that. So the rain is now on. Morning. We start off this morning with a little lawn renovation. It's not something we do or offer anymore. It still says lawn care on the side of the van, but there just isn't really that much of a demand for it. But a couple of customers have asked. This lawn we actually laid a couple of years ago now, but it never really took. I don't think it was watered enough, and the customer kind of did say that. We're just coming in to give it a light renovation and hopefully green it up a bit. That is a Landsy spreader that I have never used. basically fill it up. You can fill it up with compost, anything. It catches all the stones and debris and then gives you a nice thin covering of soil over the top, which is perfect for something like this. A little bit of a change of attire for me. I'll explain why in a minute. Guys are renovating another lawn. Aaron's had a discipline today because he's not wearing his t-shirt.
He's wearing a real team, like.
Exactly.
Let me see the real team.
A real t-shirt.
Are you winning?
Yeah, getting there.
What are we doing here, Aaron?
Putting topsoil on and putting the seeds down so the grass can come flushing through.
And did you get a new car last night?
Yeah, I did get a new car. I did.
And why did you get a new car? Because you worked hard and you deserve it.
I worked hard and I deserved it.
That's all those extra Saturday shifts.
Actually, it is. You know, hard work.
Hard work, that's it. Hello folks, it's a little bit later on in the day now. I left the guys and went to High School. They wanted me to introduce a new challenge that they're doing for the S2s. It's called the S2 Startup Challenge, where basically each group will get £10 and they need to turn it into a business, a service, a means to make profit. And they wanted a local business person or young business person to come and introduce it. So we played a video which I will show on here, show you what I played. I was going to film some of it, but I didn't bother bringing the camera in. Was quite nervous, to be honest. Out of my comfort zone, speaking in front of people. Speaking in front of a camera is something completely different. But yeah, it wasn't the worst. I just got into the flow of things and tried not to ramble too much. Got stuck on my words a little bit. But nothing too much, so quite happy with how it went, and hopefully it made an impact to the pupils. I was getting quite a lot of questions and stuff, and yeah, basically just trying to show some encouragement and give them some inspiration about what it can take when you start your own business. Anyway, I am just back in the yard now. The guys are just getting back from the job sites. Digger was picked up from the driveway job yesterday, and we're just getting everything wrapped up. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the wee video that Enrico kindly put together for me, which showcased a little bit of where I started and where I am now.
Very formal today, but no.
My blue chinos, it's the only colour I've got. That'll do you. Good lad. Have you burnt my clutch out?
What else am I about to do?
Don't burn the clutch out.
You can't do it without not doing it. What happens if
Can't
you
smell
burn
it
the
yet.
clutch out, yeah?
What happens if you burn the clutch out? You replace the clutch. That's what happens. Now, well done, like, you're getting better. Practice makes perfect.
Alright.
That's going to be your new van. Damn, you're going to get damn on the dashboard.
Dam's van.
Damn's van.
Nice colour.
Nice colour. Morning guys, it is Friday morning, the end of the week and the end of a busy week. This morning I dropped Mole and Jake. Jake is back. off at a job, a new project we're starting, new driveway, fence and gate and lawn. So they're cracking on with that. Basically just a sort of dig out stage at the moment. Yeah, so left them to it there. Damien and Aaron are away doing the retail park route that we do. We've got one in Aviemore and we've got a few up in Inverness, so they're away doing that. They started sharp this morning. Just popped in to see Joe and Ed. Alongside the distillery that we maintain, they've got these warehouses that need to be cut every now and again. It's quite long at the moment, so Ed's going over it a couple passes, and I was just taking a moment there to correct but show Joe the correct way to strim. You can strim and cut the grass, and you can strim and cut the grass neatly, and without really knowing or being shown, I picked up the strimmer and covered in grass now, and I showed him. Now he understands, because again, you might still cut the grass but it might not look neat, and you need to make it neat and tidy. So they're cracking on with that. Kyle is also on site, but he is doing some spraying around the pond, etc. like that. So those three guys will be there for the day. I've just got an appointment to go to, so I'm heading to that. And yeah, a busy enough end to the week. The guys are getting on well. They've given the whole driveway and the back garden an initial sort of scrape out. The whole driveway, an initial scrape out, removed everything that doesn't need to be there. We're going to be re-gravelling right up to the back, a new fence and gate, a new lawn at the back, and yeah, just a whole sort of freshen up for the garden. So lovely customer. Again, one of the ones that you just want to go above and beyond for. Been so good to the guys. She's made scones, which I have indulged in, obviously, and yeah, just someone who is just so nice to work for. So a lot of material to shift, so Jake's just getting it into a big pile so we can get a skip in to get rid of it. So I'm now away to get a load of chips myself.
Around the things.
Pond.
No, the
Does it not?
no, it's that tufty, you know, the grass.
At the warehouses.
Yeah. So like one side is just
The other risk
ignore
assessment.
sign that says danger. Climb over thing.
Kyle! Just a lance sticking up like that. I suppose, to be honest, they'll probably just get there's a battery here. Look. Oh, the joys. Nah, good stuff this week. Andrew was very happy, so cool. Enjoy your weekend. Any exciting plans? No?
Rockstar lifestyle.
Grass cutting. You gonna go help Ed cut grass here? With a beer. Right, cool. Thanks for that. Have a good weekend, and I'll see you on Monday. Bye. Drive safe. I'm warning you. Slow. Trousers. Right. Bye, mate. Have a good weekend. Bye bye. I'm getting old. Right, folks, that wraps up another successful week, I'd like to think, at Morrison Lawn and Landscape, the little business that I have created here. I'd like to thank the team again for their continued hard work. It's been a good week, got good feedback from the customers, and yeah, testament to the guys, their nature and their hard work. So it's not always easy, it's full of ups and downs, but that is just part and parcel, I guess. So yeah, it's Friday, probably be out tomorrow, but I'll be having a break from this camera. Peace. Good morning, folks. Hello, guys. Morning, folks. Good morning. Good morning. I am Ben. I am the owner and operator of Ben's Lawn and Landscape, and I'm starting out this YouTube channel. I'm 14 years old, and I've just recently started this landscaping and lawn care business this season, so I am pretty new to it. So, guys, there is the strimmer. The Husqvarna 525 RX, as I've already said. So guys, there's the mower. I've just been on the phone to Cress. If you didn't know, we are an ambassador for Cress Garden Machinery. So they are a fully electric tool brand, so they offer nothing but battery tools. Never did I ever think that I would be spending 16 grand a month on wages. Team, we are back in the yard, not just any yard. We have got our hands on the yard that is actually connected to mine. We are expanding, and this space is going to be an asset to us. I have had that privilege by taking a risk at a time when I didn't need all of that. Now we're too big for that yard, so this is definitely going to be good for us. We collected over 100 Christmas trees in aid of Mikey's Line. We've done it for a couple of years now. I think this is the third year, and yeah, we've blown it out of the water this year. We've pretty much over 100 Christmas tree, and basically £1,000 more than last year. Especially when you're trying to grow a business and during that growth stage, cash doesn't stay around for long, and I think a lot of people have that misconception. It's so easy to then get caught up in like, well, what's the next thing, and forget about what you've already got and how far you've already come. I'm not just lecturing to you guys, but I'm trying to remind myself about the importance of realizing what you've got, how far you've come, where were you a few years ago, and I guess it is important to see into the future and where you can be, but celebrate the wins, because things like this were like a dream years ago, and now I've got them, and now they just exist. So, and if I can try and answer these generically in the videos and help people out, I hope people do actually get a benefit from these videos, and hopefully help some of you guys out. Because if I watch these videos now, when I was back where I started, I would be a lot further along in my journey.